Thank you. I prepared a 4-hour lecture, but I reduced it in 5 minutes. And Paolo was good enough to help me in reducing the time. His vivid picture of Italy, it's interesting because integration is a structural data. It's not something connected to, the historic moment only. Take into account that as our labor force, the contribute of the immigrated people consists in the 10% of our labor force. The 10% of our gross national product comes from the new Italians, and they support our pension system. So they are, and we are aging. The average in Italy is 44 years old. So that means, yes, 0.5. We already are beyond, dear Olaf. And anyhow, so we need fresh forces. And furthermore, we have to transfer, to hand over the baton of our heritage. And that means that this goal of integration is looking for actors. And we have, as Community of Sant'Egidio, signed recently, 5 days ago, an agreement with the Minister of Instruction, University and Research to give a legal umbrella to the school for mediators, European mediators. We shaped 7,000 of these new Europeans, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, or whatever. They have been working together for years, learning the value of the European culture, and they are the bridge which fill in the gap between the public institutions, the civil society, and the life of refugees. Furthermore, Paolo quoted the project of opening humanitarian corridors, which is in the crossroad of the three situations: migrants or refugees from, in, and to. Why? Well, this agreement, which has been fostered by the Federation of Evangelical Churches in Italy, Valdesian Table, and the Community of Sant'Egidio, has been approved by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Interior Affairs in Italy. And as objectives, it's an experimental project that aims to prevent more deaths at sea and allow people in need and vulnerable access to the system of international protection through legal entry on national territory. And we, in Munich, together with Bishop Strom, we were told we need a narrative of hope. This is a piece of hope. It's a project which can be replicable in Europe, in other countries. It is different from projects of resettlement, as it plans to take into account specific individual situations that, because of their vulnerability, would be easy victims of human trafficking, for example, single women with children, disabled, elderly, and whoever can prove his vulnerability. Criteria for identifying beneficiaries: of course, persons recognized as refugees by UNHCR attest prima facie, people who demonstrate a proven record of vulnerability, people who can benefit in Italy for declared readiness of the individual parties, churches or associations to provide initially to their hospitality and livelihoods. People who have stable or social families networks in Italy. Modalities: provide a list of potential beneficiaries by association, Sant'Egidio and those, the Valdesian Table, and those who cooperate with us. Prepare list by direct contacts of the association with the potential beneficiaries, transmission to of the lists to the Italian consular authorities in Lebanon, Morocco, and in the next time, Ethiopia. And this is important, issuing visas and regulation visas, Article 25 of the European Union, that means visas with limited territorial validity, which are provided when, for humanitarian reasons or national interest or because of international obligations, the member state concerned considers it necessary to issue them. That means we didn't discover anything beyond the European rules. They were already inside. We can use it. We can shape projects according to these already existing articles. And the project offer even integration. That means after these temporary limited visas, we work because of their integration, offering school, social inclusion, and many other tools. So, together with us, we will have the Ministry of Interior Affairs and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Let's say we are waiting for the first group of these refugees. They will come soon. They will be 1,000 in 24 months, but probably we can multiply this project in the future. So, don't want to insist more, but to say that there are chances and integration is already there. Italy, notwithstanding all of the problems, might be a good example. And of course, in the hotspots, who can consider to be footprinted if the relocation from Italy, the amount is 160 people out of the 160,000 which were already foreseen by the European Union, and more or less 70 from Greece. So if I were him or her, I wouldn't be ready to give my footprint if I don't have any future, any possible future. So it's complex. The situation is complex, but there are ways. So good wishes, and thanks for listening, the last speaker, hungry as you are.